tracking milestones of an incredible journey spanning 30 years. Rahman Music Sheets. This special episode presents Subhash Ghai and Rahman talking about Taal.
Rahman, one day you are going to be an international music composer. International music composer.
I learned a lot from Mr.Ghai because he would say, if you don't learn the language, you can never compose.
Rahman's music inspired the showman of Hindi cinema Subhash Ghai to title his 15th film as Taal. It turned out to be the best-selling soundtrack of 1999. It became the highest-grossing film in the overseas market that year. In the US, Taal was the first Indian film to reach the top 20 on Variety's box office list. And it was amongst the 10 top-grossing films in the United Kingdom. Evidently, the world had started matching its steps to the rhythm of Taal.
Mr. Ghai, what could be that unique quality in Rahman's music that defies all age groups, all geographical boundaries?
You know, when he was composing song for me on a very first film in 1995 and for Shekhar, he had a smaller studio. And after 2-3 songs, I had told him one thing, which he still remembers. I said, Rahman, one day you are going to be an international music composer. International music composer. You are not going to be only the Tamil cinema or a Hindi cinema. He smiled. Why do you say, sir? I said, because you have a connection to the world sound. He connects with the world sound. So his music speaks, because first of all, he has a knowledge of Karnataka, Hindi classical, Western symphonies. He's a complete knowledge. But apart from knowledge, he connects to the world sound. You give him a Chinese film, you give him a German film, he will exactly go to the German music. He will surprise them. Like he went to the Punjabi music in Taal, if you look at it. Kariye na, kab na kariye na. He has no connection with Punjabi from years, ages. So he can connect to the world sound. That is his plus point. That is why he's there. He did not limit himself to a particular one space, rather universe. He's a great human being. He's a good soul. You can see when he composes, you feel a soul in it. I have never seen him polluted with the cosmetic world. I have never seen him degrading from a standard just for money's sake. He will do the films or he will meet the people only he feels that there are positive energies. He avoids negative energies. That's Rahman. So he's a God's good man. That's why his music is good. Because a music composer speaks his own internal language through his either movies or music. So the director reflects his personality in movies, what is all about life and energies. And that's how you can see Rahman साहब जब म्यूजिक देते हैं तो अगर डिस्को म्यूजिक भी है या फास्ट म्यूजिक भी है तो उसमें भी एक रूहानियत है, एक नाच में भी अपनी रूहानियत होती है जी। तो आप उसकी हर चीज़ के अंदर कहीं आपको कोलाहल, एक नॉइस, एक डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं मिलेगी। ना जाने दिल विच की आया आइटम सॉन्ग में भी देयर इज ए डिवाइनिटी। यू सी आगे लगे लग जाए सॉन्ग लिख लीजिए आप, और लमता जोगी में देखिए, यू फील बिकॉज ही हिमसेल्फ इज ए डिवाइन पर्सन। मैं प्रेम प्याला पियो, मैं पियाया, मैं प्रेम प्याला पियाया।
सर 1999 में जब ताल रिलीज हुई थी, उस समय जो जनरेशन पैदा भी नहीं हुई थी वो आज ताल के म्यूजिक को रीइंटरप्रेट करती है, रीमिक्स करती है, एज इफ ताल इज टाइमलेस। कैसा लगता है आपको?
तो हर फॉर्म का अलग होता है ना। कुछ लोग उसको जब रीमिक्स करते हैं आपके गाना का सत्यानाश कर देते हैं, पर आप सोचते हैं कि रीमिक्स ज़्यादा चल रहा है मेरे ओरिजिनल गाने से, तो आप उसको भी कम्प्लीमेंट समझते हैं ना। आपको यही समझना चाहिए कि इससे फर्दर कम्प्लीमेंट टू आवर क्रिएशन। It has gone to radio now, it has gone to remix, it has gone to stage, it has gone to opera, it has been, the notes have been used there. And you should feel happy about it. बहुत बार रहमान के साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि जब रहमान को ट्यून पसंद नहीं आई और मुझे आई, और मैंने इंसिस्ट किया है कि तुम ये करो, लाइक फिल्म कृष्णा। सो आई हैड जस्ट टोल्ड हिम टू कंपोज वन पियानो पीस फॉर माय कैरेक्टर इन द मूवी एंड ही हैज कंपोज्ड। तो वो कंपोज किया उन्होंने। उसके बाद थोड़े दिनों के बाद मैं गया तो ऐसे लेट्स मेक ए सॉन्ग ऑन इट। तो ही वाज सेड नो 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 नो, दिस इज नॉट राइट, because this cannot be song. This is only good for the music piece, for the piano piece, not otherwise. फिर तीसरी बार मैं गया, I said let's try. And today that song is one of the most sustaining and everlasting song. हम रहे ना रहे।
In fact, the song Ringa Ringa in Slumdog Millionaire was also inspired by Choli Ke Piche in Khalnayak, your film. So sir, when Slumdog Millionaire got such an international recognition, what was your reaction?
You see, first of all, we smiled at it. You know, when the sudden कुछ अजीब से अजीब हो जाता है, you know, क्योंकि nobody was expecting that, nor he was expecting that. Rather, he called me, कि Subhash ji, I want to tell you one thing, very humorous thing. I said, what is that? He says, our film has gone for nomination. So he himself was laughing, and the song has also been nominated. So we both laughed at it. जब जय हो गाना बनाया उन्होंने, अब वो उसमें जो ट्यून थी उसमें जब उसने कहा डग 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 जय हो, डग 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 जय हो, पर जब जो जय हो जब उसके बाद उन्हें अलग दिया, जो जय हो थर्ड है, if you see it, it brings the whole universe. You can see the sound has gone to the universe and universal energy. He's a pride of our country, I would say. He's brought a lot of goodwill to this country. His contribution in music, he's an icon for many music composers and great inspirational for many directors, including me. And I must say that I treat him like my younger brother. And whenever he SMS me and write to me, he always write to me as a Praaji. He knows Punjabi only as a Praaji to me, you see. And I am also like him as a younger brother. मैं कभी कभी गुस्सा भी कर जाता हूँ, तो उसको एक ही प्रोड्यूसर है जो गुस्सा करता है, वो सुभाष घाई, यू नो, या नाराज़ हो जाता हूँ। तो उसका मेरा रिश्ता जो है एक बहुत ही एक अच्छे डिवाइन रिलेशनशिप पे है, एक अच्छे रिलेशनशिप पे है। हम लोग कभी फिल्म भी करते हैं तो कभी पैसे की बात नहीं करते। मैंने जितना उसको पैसा दे दिया ड्यूरिंग तो ले लिया उसने। कभी हमारा कुछ ऐसा प्रोफेशनली जो एक इंडस्ट्री में एक नॉर्म्स होते हैं ना, वो उसके साथ रिश्ता ही नहीं रहा। ऐसा ही रिश्ता मेरा एक आनंद बख्शी के साथ था, एक दिलीप कुमार के साथ था और एक A.R. रहमान के साथ है।
Rahman had composed original music for 6 Hindi films before Taal. A blend of jazz, western melodies with pop and Indian folk, Taal remains a stunner and a classic album. Music was the hero of Taal.
Here it is believed that Taal gave you your rightful place in Hindi cinema. What was your experience of working with Mr. Ghai?
I met Mr. Ghai in '94, I think, where we were supposed to do a movie just before Rangeela, that kind of time. But that didn't happen. And but what was interesting when I met him is the whole legacy of what Hindi film music stands for and what people liked and how it's going to be accepted. And all these things I learned a lot from Mr. Ghai, because he would say, if you don't learn the language, you can never compose. And for a composer, I would think that, well, I can do the tune, and if you get a great lyricist, that's fine. My music would, survive anywhere. But that whole, sometimes you learn from somebody and take the advice, it goes much more further. And that's what happened. So that step was the most important step, learning the language and respecting the nuances, and also going towards to the history of Hindi film music, which I never heard before much. Except for Sholay and a couple of other soundtracks, I never heard Hindi music much, because coming from South India. And then I discovered more of Naushad Saab, Madan Mohan, Hridaynath Mangeshkar, S.D. Burman. It was amazing.
What was the difference of approach when you were composing music for Rangeela and for Taal? Because both of them were love stories and both of them were set in the entertainment world.
I think for Rangeela, it was, the brief was given and I was just doing, the whole production. For Taal, it became very interactive. Mr. Ghai always works with the composer very closely. Like sometimes he would sometimes he would even come into the arrangement and say, I want a clap here. I want it to go like. And so because he's there's a kind of so much of passion and a childlike friendliness about it when he comes in and he does that. I was going through that and going through this journey with him, which also helped me in a way, because Taal became so celebrated when the soundtrack came in and people started celebrating so much. I think it's a great team. Sukhwinder was also at that point of time, after Dil Se, he was there with us, and he would, any melody we would do, we would just start singing. It would be almost living. This is this core team with Bakshi Saab. It was a great experience, unforgettable experience, I would say.
Sir, according to you, which is Rahman's best film music album?
I like his best music in Bombay. Bombay was the best music. I still listen to it. Bombay track is always with me. Always with me at home. बाकी आते हैं बहुत अच्छे बने. He's done wonderful compositions.
So you understand music so well. It has always been a highlight of all your films. What is so special about the music of Bombay that you like it that much?
Bombay does not come from noise. It comes from soul. It speaks heart. It speaks truth. And its sounds vibrates you. It shakes you up, shakes your soul. Inner, something inner in it. That's Bombay music. Whether it's a Kehna Hi Kya, ya Tu Hi Re song, you listen to the track one after other. And I think that track is going to stay for 100 years.
Which track do you like most that he composed for you?
Best track with Rahman? Nahi Samne.
The soundtrack elevated the film into an unforgettable experience. But good music needs good marketing to reach its complete potential. What was behind the scenes contribution of Tip's music in making Taal the best-selling album of 1999? To share those untold stories, founder of Tip's music, Kumar Taurani, joins us in the next episode. Rahman Music Sheets will continue to track his incredible journey to superstardom, connecting you with his creative partners, also engaging with musicians he inspired. If you have reinterpreted or recreated Rahman's music, share your videos. If selected, you will get featured on Rahman Music Sheets. To submit your videos, log on to our website o2-india.com.